everybody, I'm back again with another recap of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way. This is season 1, episode 3, 4, I'm not really sure and I don't know the title. If you're new to my channel, welcome and thank you so much for clicking. If you like what I do here, go ahead and subscribe, like, share with a friend who also likes 90 Day. I also recap Love After Lockup. I haven't yet, but I'm gonna go live and do Love After Lockup. If you're wondering where my Love After Lockup recaps are, it's coming. I'm just gonna go live and do episodes 1 and 2 because I'm behind, child. I went to San Francisco and 2 episodes snuck up on me, so we'll get to it. But for now, we're talking 90 Day. Let's get into this recap. First, we're gonna go ahead and start out with Paul and Karenina. Now, like I've said before, I'm not doing recaps scene by scene like I used to do. Child, that'd just be taking too long. Y'all can watch the episode for yourselves. I'm just going to point out the main things and talk about what I think about the couples at the current time. So, Paul. What do I say? What do I say? Paul, there are no words. There are just no words. I have none. I have no words to describe Paul. Paul gets on the plane, you know, he consolidated and packed his 2 bags, which I was really confused because I really think that Paul thought when they said 2 bags that you literally had to bring bags. Like it had to be sack-like he had to have like something that was loose. Like, you know, you can bring like 2 pieces of luggage and that's what they mean by 2 bags. Like Paul brought 2 backpacks stuffed full of things to Brazil. Because Karenina got mad and he was scared that he was going to be in trouble. So he just went ahead and got on the plane. First of all, Paul don't want to go to Brazil. Paul was talking about leaving America for good and how scary it was. Paul don't want to go to Brazil. Paul is afraid of everything in Brazil. This man got a bulletproof baby diaper bag. This man got a bulletproof backpack sack or what. He is afraid. He does not want to go to Brazil. And I honestly don't think they're going to stay there. Paul consolidated into 2 backpacks with all that stuff. I don't know how. He brought some of the things Karenina asked for. He had to leave some things behind. He puts his whole life into 2 backpacks and goes to Brazil. Get there, he's talking about how bad the neighborhood is. Like, first of all, it's bad areas everywhere. He's acting like they're like in danger of their lives just riding through there. And I'm like, but you had no problem running off into the woods and leaving Karenina to get attacked by machete-wielding thieves. But now all of a sudden you're worried about safety. Paul is one of those people who, like, when they ride through something that just looks like less than the suburbs, is like nervous and locking their doors. And I can't stand people that do stuff like that. I'm like, crime can happen anywhere. You can get shot in Louisville, Kentucky, just like you can get shot in Brazil. So I don't know why all of a sudden you need all this bulletproof vests and all this. He's just dramatic and extra because he's afraid of the Amazonian jungle, which they're not even staying in. It's like a little village. It's almost like city-like. So he says that Karenina isn't responding to his text messages or calls. So he arrives at the apartment and does not even say anything when he comes in. Like, it's the middle of the night. Karenina is in bed asleep. And like, you know how we're always like, oh, is this real? That scene was real. When I tell you Karenina was butt naked with those panties and bra on, that girl was full sleep. This man didn't come in and say, hello, it's Paul, I'm home. Nothing, just tiptoed in like a thief in the night. This man crept into his own house, did not say a word, and opens the bedroom door. Karenina like peeks, and then she sees that it's Paul, and like jumps up and is like, oh my God, and like hugs him. I would have been like, dude, you must be trying to die tonight. I got a gun in here. Like, what are you doing? I wish a guy I was married to or dating would walk down that hallway into this room unannounced. I would be up with a gun pointed at his head in 3.2 seconds. I would be like, you should have said something. Like, speak. It's me, Paul, hello. Like, that was so, I was scared. Like, because in my mind, I'm picturing, like, what if that was me and I was, like, in my bed asleep and I'm 7 months pregnant and, like, I don't know who comes in the middle of the night. Karenina even said herself she thought it was a burglar. Paul is slow. Something's not. It does, like, the neurons are not connecting. The synapses are not firing. Something is wrong there. So he comes in and this man No Muy Luggage. That's just repeats. No Muy Luggage over and over and over again. No Muy Luggage. No Muy Luggage. What are you? No Muy Luggage. No Muy Luggage. No Muy Luggage. And then Petty TLC is like translating it and they literally put no very luggage. Like, what does that mean? What are you saying? You have been with this woman for how many years now? And you are moving to Brazil permanently and you have not taken the time to learn a teeny bit of Portuguese? Not even enough to form just simple sentences? No Muy Luggage? What does no very luggage mean? Did he mean not much, very little? Maybe he meant very little, poquito. I mean, no Muy Luggage. Guys, this man wants nothing to do with this country. He doesn't want to go there. He doesn't want to be in the poop water. He doesn't want to be where the machetes are being wielded, where the bullets are flying, supposedly. He does not want anything to do with Brazil. The only reason he's moving there is because he did not have enough money to sponsor Karenina to come to America. That is it. Otherwise, he would not be there. He wants nothing to do with that country. How do you go move somewhere and not learn the language? Karini busting her butt in English classes, learning to speak your language, and you roll up in there with no Muy Luggage. You ought to be ashamed. Then he reveals to Karini that, he had to only bring 2 bags, so he didn't bring all the things she wanted. This man brought her some raggedy TJ Maxx half-open makeup and like a baby book and a bulletproof baby bag. And Karini's looking at him like, why didn't you bring more baby stuff? And he's like, oh, she's mad that I didn't come because I couldn't bring all the stuff. Then when I came anyway and brought some of the stuff, she's still mad. I can't win. No, it would have been better if you had brought baby stuff. Like, I don't really think she cares about beating her face more than her child having a bottle or diaper or wipes or nipples, pacifiers, things like that. The face being beat can happen later. She's not going to be beating her face anyway. She's going to be in a house with a baby on her titty. Like, why didn't he ask for help? Why didn't he ask his mom or somebody to help him decide what to do? Because this man does not need to be on his own. He needs an adult. He needs a chaperone and a helmet at all times. I'm getting upset. I need to calm it down. He infuriates me. Like, it's funny to a point, but at the same time, it's like, how are you 35? Like, what was it? What is it in your upbringing? What is it that's missing? What is the missing link here? Why are you why do you do the things that you do? Anyway, so, that was basically it with Paul and Karenina. There was one little scene where Karenina was talking to her brother and he basically said he don't like Paul, but child, we knew that already when he was yelling about them eating his burrito when they lived in the house with him, where they were coming in and out and going in the refrigerator without asking. And I wasn't even tripping off that because I would be mad if people came to my house eating my groceries too. So I wasn't even really tripping over Paul about that. But everything else, like, oh God, Paul needs to go back to America, move back in with his mom and bring Karini there. These two do not need to be on their own. This man has snuck into his own house like a ninja, scared his wife to half to death, then comes in with nothing for the baby hardly except a book, and the baby won't even be able to read for 4 years. I mean, that's it for Paul and Karini. I'm tired. No Muy Luggage. I'll tell you what. Let's move on to the next couple. All right, so next is Jenny and Submit. So this episode, Jenny and Submit finally reunited. Submit was able to get away from those parents of his that were questioning him about his whereabouts. And Jenny waited at the airport for a whole hour. Submit rolled up, honey, fly. Now, was it just me or did Submit have that haircut when he went to go talk to his parents? Was there some editing glitches here? I'm not sure what happened, but I don't remember Submit's hair being slicked like that. He went home and did his hair up and put that blazer on, honey. He looked like a college professor. I was like, okay, Submit. Jenny was so happy to see him. She was scared he wasn't going to come. She thought that maybe, his parents didn't approve, and he just was like, I gotta let this go. Here's my thing with them. I really have taken time to think. I have sought the Lord's face on this. I have meditated, and I think that they actually like each other. I mean, I didn't believe it at first. I thought for real something was up, but there's too many telltale signs that point to it being real. Like, literally, Jenny doesn't really have that much money. I mean, she got a little coin, but not for real, not enough for him to be like thinking he hit the jackpot or anything. Even though Jenny is much older, and I really don't have a problem with the age difference. If you're compatible, you're compatible. The main thing that's strange about it is typically it just doesn't work. Typically it is you have something that I want and you have something that I want, and you know, the older person typically has money, the younger person has a hot, young, tight body, and that's why these people are typically together. It's not usually for love, but that's usually the only issue I have with the May December, like if it's a huge age gap. But girl, do your thing. I don't see an issue with that because Sumit is like a little bit slow and also not that attractive. I mean, he's okay, but he's not like Aladdin. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like jarring to see this young man with this older woman. Like, Sumit's like slow and like goofy looking. So him dating an older woman is not totally strange. Y'all get what I'm saying. Another thing is Sumit has admitted that he likes white women. So he subscribes to the thought process that white is right no matter what. So I don't think Jenny's age bothers him. I think he just likes that she is white with icy blue eyes and blonde hair, and that's just his thing. I saw nothing but love their whole segment. Like, at the airport, it was really sweet how Jenny asked to kiss him, which let me know that she was aware of his culture and his surroundings. She's respecting that. It was really sweet. He didn't care. He kissed her, and it wasn't like a Michelangelo kiss where he wiped it off. I mean, he seems like he really likes her. When they get back to the apartment, Sumit had everything in line. Sumit had a car. Sumit had the apartment set up. Sumit had the apartment furnished. Like, he is preparing a home for this woman. And I'm like, he would not be doing that if he were with her for her money or something like that. Like, he had everything ready for her when she pulled up, and like a nice apartment, 2 bedrooms. He said that, you know, if she gets mad at him, he can go to the other bedroom. I mean, the furniture was still wrapped in plastic, honey. It was brand new. It was one of the nicer apartments in India. $350 a month, which is expensive there, which leads me to believe that some of you in the comments were correct when you said that $6,000 is probably going to last a long time. The cost of living is apparently extremely low in India. If $350 is a lot. I mean, I live in Alabama and the cost of living's low, and $350 is like you're living in literally someone's, you know, room upstairs. So to get a whole 2-bedroom apartment with a working toilet, and they don't have hot water yet, but they're working on that, for $350, I mean, the cost of living in India is banging apparently. But yeah, just the fact that Sumit had everything lined up for her. They didn't even have to call a cab from the airport. That man had a car. That man had an apartment. He had beds in both bedrooms. He had a bed in their room and a bed in the spare room and a couch, and a refrigerator was already there. I mean, y'all, I'm still going to watch further, but I have nothing bad to say. I mean, I don't know that I like them. Like, oh my gosh, when they come on, I don't get excited. But I have nothing bad to say about this couple. I think that it's real. I think as much as I hate to say it, I was looking hard. And I took a moment and I said, this man did all this for this woman. And they seemed giddy when they saw each other at the airport. He didn't seem grossed out when she asked to kiss him. And he had a whole apartment waiting on her, furnished and ready to go. I think that it's real. Now, here's the issue is that, even though they do live an hour and a half away from his parents, he said that family's close by. So I think that Jenny might, be spotted, or someone might see her. Something like that might happen, and it might blow his spot up. He's still trying to decide between his parents and Jenny. But the fact that he has moved out, bought an apartment, I feel like he's all in with Jenny. And if his parents find out, I don't think he's going to leave Jenny to go back to his parents. I think his parents are just going to be pissed, and he's going to cross that bridge when he gets to it. But for now, everything seems great with these two. I mean, they're super cute. I mean, they're trying to kind of tempt us with drama by the whole wardrobe thing when she held up the spaghetti. It was a shirt that looked like this. It was like a spaghetti strap tank top. And he was like, oh, you can't, wear that outside. And she's like, oh no, I'm just going to wear it in the house. And Jenny did ask him what his parents said. And, basically, his parents didn't believe him. They knew he was lying, but they kind of let him go because it's kind of like, I think they're waiting for him to mess up and then catch him in his lie, and then they're going to blow his spot up. But you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. These two are cute together. I ain't got nothing really bad to say. let's move on to the next couple. Okay, so next is Tiffany and Ronald. So basically this whole episode, Tiffany is just getting ready to leave. She's packing up. Her son Danny is saying goodbye to his cute friend Malik, and she's talking to her friend, was it Jasmine? What was that girl's name? Malik's mom. I don't know. Maybe it was Jasmine. Tiffany? No, Tiffany is the girl. Was it Jasmine? I think it was Jasmine. But they're talking while the kids are at the park playing, and Tiffany lets us know that Danny is really excited to meet Ronald in person because it's the first father figure that he's ever had. And I'm like, that's really sweet. But at the same time, I mean, I get that he wants to build this relationship with Ronald because Tiffany and Ronald are getting married regardless of what we think about his fatherhood skills or whatever. They're getting married, and this man is going to be a father figure to this little boy regardless. The issue is that this boy was like, he's really excited to meet his dad, and Tiffany's like, I didn't prompt him to call him that. He just did it on his own. And I'm like, I get that, because it's like, oh, this is the first man that's agreed to be in my life forever, and everybody calls that man their dad. So I'm going to say that too. I probably would have corrected my child if that were me. I probably would have been like, hey, you know, I know this is going to be a father figure, but how about you just call him Ronald for a little while until we get used to him living with us being married. You know, I wouldn't have let my child call him dad regardless of our future or whatever, because it's just too much too soon. She don't really know Ronald like that. I mean, I know they've been together for a little while, but this man's still in rehab. And I didn't know, I was thinking about this when I was watching the episode, but I didn't know that gambling rehabs like you stayed in a house. So I'm thinking Ronald's in rehab for some other things. I'm thinking it's not just gambling. I'm thinking it's drugs and alcohol as well, because if he's living in a facility, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know of gambling addictions to keep you in a house. Like, I thought that was like drugs and alcohol. So if someone knows of this, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but I feel like Ronald is in there for more than just gambling. Y'all know I already think he a crackhead. He stole all his mama furniture. Only crackheads sell their mama TVs. I don't know no other person that do. I mean, you got to be on a hard drug to break in your mama's house to clean it out. That's not gambling. I just don't personally believe it. It's too soon to be calling him daddy. I would have corrected him, but she didn't. Whatever. That's her child. It wouldn't be me. She's uprooting her child's life for this guy that is shaky. That to me is scary. I probably would have left my child. I probably would have asked my mom, could she keep him for like 6 months? I would have been like, Mom, I'm going to go over first. We're going to get married. We're going to live for 6 months. We're going to see how it works out. Then I'll bring Danny over later. I would not have took my son straight on over there. I know she thinks that just because they've been FaceTiming and they've built this relationship via the internet, that they're close, but in person, living together in a house with someone being married is totally different than just FaceTiming every night or a couple times a week or however much they talk. It's different. And if me and him are having difficulties and are beefing and he's still struggling because he's fresh out of rehab, I don't want my kid around that. So I want to go ahead and get all that out of the way and then bring my child over when it's stable. So that's how I feel about that. But, you know, that's Tiffany's business. I don't agree with the whole taking the kid, but, you know, her mom is doing a lot. So maybe her mom was like, I can't keep him. And she was like, well, he got to come with me. I don't know. But I think she should have found a way to bring her son later, because I don't really know about Ronald. He fresh out. They're getting married 9 days after he gets out, and it's just a lot. Being a new dad, a husband, and still trying to fight addictions, which I think he's addicted to more than just gambling. I don't think it's just gambling. I think there is some kind of hard drug, meth, crack, maybe alcohol. Probably, I'm 99% sure alcohol's in there too. So it's just too much. But, you know, they're flying over there. They're in the air, and it leaves it hanging there. So we'll see what happens next week when they all meet. Let's move on to the last couple. Okay, so last is Laura and Aladdin. So I know what everybody's talking about is Ludwig's grilled cheese. So let me break it down for you. Ludwig is Laura's like adopted brother. He's a little person, but he is snarky and he talks and shoots straight from the hip, and I like him. So he made her this grilled cheese and he put syrup on it. Everybody's like up in arms about the syrup. Listen, I'm a sweet and salty girl. All right. I put a little bit of jelly on the bread, then put the cheese on when I make my grilled cheese, and butter and everything, you know, butter on the outside. A little bit of jelly swipe on the inside, cheese, little bit of jelly on a piece of bread, and then butter on the outside. That's how I eat my grilled cheese. I love sweet and salty. So when I saw him pouring that syrup on there, I said, no, you're not making a Slyway McGriddle grilled cheese. I sounds delicious. I really wanted to taste the grilled cheese. He was making me hungry. Beside the grilled cheese, there was a bigger thing that happened this week because Laura dropped a bombshell on us. Y'all, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't even halfway listening. I was like scrolling through Twitter, like watching the episode, and all of a sudden Laura hits us with, well, me and Alan are already married. And phone goes across the room. I sat up on the couch and was like, what? Already married? Excuse me? She says that they got married because in his country, you cannot share a hotel room if you're not already married. And I was like, girl, you retired at 51 and moved to Florida. You got money, get your own hotel room. You don't need to share one with him. I mean, to marry somebody just so that you can sleep in the same hotel room with them and get some dick, like, I mean, I know everybody gets married so that they can get some dick, but what? I'm worried for Laura. I don't know. I need to meet Aladdin. Like, they need to hurry up and have her go over there so I can meet him. Because I didn't know what was Sumit's deal until he came on screen and was talking, and I immediately was like, oh, he's slow. Okay, this makes a little bit of sense. I need to meet Aladdin. I need them to not FaceTime, not the FaceTime conversations. He seems sweet. I need to see him sitting in an interview talking to a producer. That's when I'm going to know what the dealio is, because right now I'm confusion. This girl done married this little boy. It's got to be for her money. But I thought something was up with Jenny and Sumit, and they ended up just being cute. So maybe they just cute too. But I'm more skeptical of the Laura Aladdin couple because Aladdin is so good looking. Like, Sumit and Jenny make sense because Sumit just goofy. He got train track teeth. I see it. Aladdin and Sumit's awkward and, you know, like has trouble probably talking to women. And I can see that. Aladdin is a personal trainer, so he's around probably women and good looking people all the time at the gym. He seems funny. He has a sense of humor, charismatic. He can get anybody he wants. So why are you talking to this older woman? I saw somebody in my comments last week saying there's a senior fetish. I don't think that's, I mean, it might be, but I'm thinking it's money. Like, I really think it's money. He's a personal trainer. He ain't making money like that. He's not an Instagram personal trainer with like giving people meal plans. He is some guy who probably just trains 3 people or something. He probably wants her money, but you know, she already married him. Ludwig was like, girl, like, I'm worried, but it's done. Like, there's nothing we can do. She has married him. So I don't know. I need to see more. I need to see further. So I'm gonna need her to hurry up and get on that plane and go to Qatar so that we can see Aladdin in his element, see how he is with her, see how he is in the interviews. Is he gonna be like Azin secretly? Is he gonna be like Muhammad? I don't know. But something's wrong here. And why was he so cool with marrying her so fast? What does he want from her? I don't know. Maybe Laura can throw that thing back. I mean, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm perplexed. I am just discombobulated. I don't know. I need to see more, but I cannot. I was shocked when they were married. I was not expecting that. TLC does not get me often, and they got me with this one. I shooketh. Had no clue. So I don't know. Something ain't right here. For this episode, thank you so much for watching till the end. You guys are the best. Don't forget to like, comment if I missed something, if you just want to talk about something, make a, you know, just whatever, let's have a little conversation down below, and share with your friends who also love 90 Day, and subscribe if you enjoy what I do here on this channel. Support me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in my live for Love After Lockup and in the next recap for 90 Day. Bye.